We need to stop horrible things in society, and we must rise up to try to end these things for good, for country, society, and the human race as a whole. We need to stand up to end this, to protect the human race from this horrible fate. We must tell everyone how to think and how to feel in order for our world not go down in the history books as a society that ends in horrible, terrible things. In order to hold people accountable for their actions, we need to make them feel like a horrible person. We need to make them feel ashamed of themselves. If we don't, we need to force them into a horrible state to make them feel like they can't take it anymore and force them to stop or force them to change in our direction. If we don't, then society will end. We must do all this to prevent people from stopping thinking they can live their lives without hell to pay for those actions. People think standing up for themselves is good, but it's not. We need to make sure that people who stand up for themselves will be seen as horrible people who will not be accountable for their actions. Standing up for yourself is the same thing as getting away with a crime. Because being spineless should be looked at as brave, and standing up for yourself will be seen as a weak person. Make people think this is the way that society should work, and understand, force people to force them to change in our direction. It's all we want. Yes, trying to shame people is a necessary part of society and improving it. They need to pick either to change, get off, or if they do a third option, we need to make them into an evil, manipulative gaslighter who is trying to ruin the world. Protecting. What about protected people, you may ask? People need to be protected and understand that this person's a good person in a seed of darkness who is trying to destroy the human race. This person is a beacon of hope. They can also be destructive if they go against our principles. This is a double-edged sword. Confusing, I know, but it's necessary. These people are good to promote our message unless they act like a normal human being by doing something that is against our perfect moral code. Then if that happens, we need to take them down twofold as a way to show them no one will get rid of our wrath, our destruction, our evil intentions of trying to conquer the world. We know what's best, and you need to not question us, no matter what. Now the question should be asked, why should we be in charge? This is a stupid question from stupid people who are trying to destroy society, because these people are jerks. But you need to know something, because traditional gatekeepers are going away. We need a new gatekeeper, an organized mob of average people to ruin each other. Because normal people controlling everybody else, a group of normal people controlling everybody else, is a good way for society to function. It's gatekeepers by the bottom up. We are controlling each other. We are making everything great. We just need now for everybody to obey us through anger, through upsetting others. This is the only way we can save society. You probably think I'm a cartoon villain, but you don't understand how accountability works. We need to hold people accountable. This is the only way we can do it, because if we don't, then people will just do what they want and society will crumble. Just agree with me in order for this reality to prevent from happening.
You always seem different, and I can't put my finger on it. How? You're just not like other people. You don't act like other people. You're like a free spirit is something that I want. Okay, what I'm trying to ask you is what makes you different and a free spirit and don't feel like you need pressure from society to fix you to fit in? I just don't care about society. That's it. I know, but is there something different about you is making you think this way? I don't think you can be 100% me even if you try. I disagree. I think I can be you if I try. I don't think you fully understand. You're trying to tell me something that I'm not understanding. Can you just tell me? Are you sure you won't judge me? Because people think me telling them something makes me an evil mastermind trying to destroy them. I don't think no matter what you tell me, I will think that. Well, okay. People think I'm a criminal because I'm autistic. People actually think you're a criminal because you're autistic, which is something you can't control. That's really sad. I know this comes as a surprise because you think I don't fit in because I'm a free spirit, but this is 100% true. Forget my viewpoints on this thing. I just can't believe people treat you like that. I'm used to it, so it's not a big deal. Yes, it is. People are hating on you for no reason. I don't think you really know that. No, we must do something about it because I'm pissed at it. Wow, you're selfish. Sorry, I should have phrased it. Because I just feel a little sad that people hurt you. I just don't want to see that anymore. I just want to make your life better as a friend. I know, I just want to make a joke. I got it. I can take it. Hey, I know you care about me because you don't think me acting weird makes me a stalker. People actually think you're a stalker? Yes, people think my like a social cue problem, me act differently than everybody else, makes me a creep, even though that I don't follow them to their houses or do anything else creepy like a stalker. I just can't believe that people think about that about you. Because I don't think people know they're hurting. Ableism is something you don't see on the outside. It is all hurt on the inside. That's good. Is it fun for me to ask what ableism is? It's all being bigoted to someone with a mental or physical disability. I didn't know that you faced that, or that type of bigotry even existed in the first place. Because it's usually thrown in with racism, sexism, and other sorts of bigotry, so it doesn't get its attention that it deserves. People say that ableism is the last fight that civil rights needs to fight, and is the type of bigotry that the civil rights movement forgot. Do you think the social justice movements forgot about you because they care about only acting like they care about people than actually, I don't know, caring about people? It may be that, but I'm not sure. But what I can tell is every single time I look up ableism, it's always about some sort of speech pleasing, like you shouldn't say stupid or dumb. I don't think you should say something like retard, but I don't think you should stop saying stupid or dumb because to stop being ableist. Why should we stop saying stupid or dumb? I don't know, probably was used as a slur at one point, but if that's true, it lost all its meaning, or it was like the scientific diagnosis for people with mental conditions back in the day. But I don't really know. I just don't think you should force people to stop saying them or shame them for saying something. If it doesn't have hatred, why should you care? Unless it has unless that word has a history of being a slur, like right now retard or something like the N word or the F word. Yeah, I guess this thing is very horrible with no upsides. There is one upside. I know the whole society and people in the society hate me, so that's a plus. How is that a benefit? It's just nice to know who is a good or bad person. That's all. How do you know that? If someone treats me nicely, then they're a good person. Because they're open-minded person who is willing to work with my disability. A bad person is a very close-minded person who thinks I'm a problem for just being the way that I am. I guess I don't really get it. I guess some things just come with experience, other things you can read into, and other things are in the middle. I guess what I'm saying is just one of those things with experience, and I'm not trying to be an asshole about it. I agree, and I got what you're saying, and it's something I guess I will never understand, and I feel bad for you. I think the thing that you need to understand about this is there's just something you need to understand where I'm coming from. What do I need to understand? At least when people hate you, they tend to leave you alone. That's true, I guess. All you really need to understand is this. I understand that our whole society's interaction, all of them no matter what, is just an act. Just like a movie or a play. What you need to understand is when you're not around like-minded people all the time and how you should or shouldn't act, you understand you can be yourself and be happy with it. And that makes you somehow feel better about yourself and be independent. I think that's a cool thing. What you're saying is you are not part of it and you see what it really is because you're on the outside looking in. You got it. Man, this society's more messed up than I thought. That's what I've always thought. Is it okay we just move on to something lighter? Yes.
How does all this injustice of autistic people in our society? There is a problem how we treat autistic people in this society. We need to ask ourselves, what is oppression, so we will not look silly? When we talk about anti-ableism, it's the same as saying the world is flat, because it's not real oppression. Racial or gender is real. That's real oppression. Oppression is not a mental disability. Ableism makes us look ridiculous by making people who are stalkers, harassers, and shooters look good. We need to mock them and drive them into isolation. That is how we deal with them. Disagreeing with this makes you as bad as a pickup artist or incel. This is what people don't understand. We need to focus on what discrimination really is. If they're out of focus, no oppression will ever get eliminated. But discrimination against autistic people is great. It's a way to tell them they are not normal. You need to explain to them why they're bad for society. This will improve society. If I stop caring about people we don't need to care about. Instead, we need to mock them. That's how we end bigotry, through laughter. We need to ask how we can help real oppressed people. This needs to end. Talk about real oppression, not fake oppression. Eliminate unnecessary to focus on what is necessary to end oppression. You are white supremacist if you fight against ableism, because you're taking away resources of fights of racism and sexism. We need to end autistic people seeing them as a minority. They are not. They don't have a history of oppression, and no political organizations to fight against it, and media outlets explain why they're oppressed, so they don't count. Reason I think this way is how we can help these people in any way possible. How can we do this? We just need to sit down with them and tell them how to act normal. Then their problems is solved. No more ableism, because they know how to live. They will understand social cues, so they will stop acting creepy. Stop being horrible, selfish people who take up too much time in racism and sexism. Because autistic people don't act like oppressed people, there's nothing else to say about it. That is it. After that, their lives will be great, so they're not oppressed, so ableism don't exist. We can stop talking about this. These people don't deserve our help. They deserve nothing but our laughter.